Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lucid, and we are jumping back into our game with Ermor. I have managed to arrange a trade with Ashdod, and I had sent him at the end of last turn 10 nature, 10 water, and 10 air. And he sent me 10 fire, 10 earth, and 10 death. I had sent him a screenshot of my gym inventory and was like, hey, you need any of this? He was like, well, I guess these three are more valuable than the others, and so we did a swap. Earth is kind of nice to have. Fire, I'm kind of agnostic on. Yeah, but death, obviously, that is my drug of choice. Okay, we found some magic sites too. Windswept Catacombs. This is Death Air. Canyon of Playful Winds. I think that's Air 1, maybe Air 2. No, it's Air 1. Burial Mound, Death 1. So we got 2 death gems from that. Very, very nice. So up to 23 now, which is respectable. It's not a lot, but it's respectable. We have been pretty unlucky with finding death sites. We found a battlefield, and that's basically it. Aside from this is our first. We've kind of done a fair bit of our death site searching. We're almost done. So hopefully we get a bit more lucky, and we've gotten like this turn. We need to site search this turn, but we'll see. You know, you hope for more, but if we only get 3 death gems we find from site searching, we only get 3 death gems we find from site searching. We have some battles. This is going to be interesting, guys. So here, it's going to be a single episode turn. I break siege, and he's got 1 harpy leader with 2 harpy deputies. And they are going to try to hold the fort down. And if I just send a scout to retreat, these guys would probably kill it. Which is a lot of times what you do. So yeah. We kill their leader. Leave the deputies, the harpy deputies, to flee. And then here we have a battle where he's basically pulling out his Inca from the fort we're about to storm. So this means there's not going to be a fight in that province. But the more trap-like province right here, we're going to have a battle. So it is time to answer the age-old question. Who is going to win? 30 hell-blessed, starving white centaur. And I don't think this is going to affect their stats at all. Yeah, it's not going to make them worse at fighting, except for morale. And morale's not going to matter, because it's going to go to 99 once they berserk. So, like I said in the last episode, not a big deal they're starving. The harpies were going to be starving too, so probably a lot of them got diseased. In some ways, it's actually kind of nice for them, because like normally a couple of those arrows might have hit them and then triggered them to go berserk, and then some of them would have run in. But we have not been so fortunate. So PD runs for. So let's watch this again. How this all plays out is kind of important, because this is going to be a close battle. Who do you think is going to win? Now, if you recall, the bless, we'll let the bless pop out. Click on it. So our guys are either on hold and attack or hold and fire, except for these really slow soulless. The PD is streaming forward. We've got the heavy cav in a line. And we've got some archers behind. So here's the bless again. Fate Weaving, Undying 4, well, plus 8. And then Regen, Blood Bond, Fortitude. Now, what's interesting is this knife of knights running in. It has stopped this squad here, delayed them. And over here, I had my knights set up on a flank, and the idea was that exactly this would happen. That the PD would run in, distract them, disrupt the formation, and then we would hit, kind of with our full force and fury, one of the flanks of the knights. And it worked out that way. I was kind of not expecting it to work out so gloriously. But we may have bit off more than we can chew. Because these guys are gnarly. You can see, I mean, even though they've been in combat, they're still pretty good, and they have to go in the negative HP before they die. We've got the javelins coming out, but they're regenning. Right, this guy's back up at 21. These guys are regenning faster, so they've killed the knights, and now they're going to be regenning faster than we can damage them. And you think fatigue might be a problem? Not really. Yeah. Not yet, anyway. And so now we've got some archers, the horse archers, kind of shooting arrows, which is really good, because these guys aren't super high protection, even when they're berserk. Oh wait, this guy hasn't actually gone berserk. Even when they're berserk, it's 12. That's still enough an arrow can occasionally get through. And any little bit we can get increased damage. It's gonna matter. Now this flank has started buckling. It took a while, but it's happened. These guys are all really low. They're in the negatives. These guys are in the negatives. So this whole flank right here is about to buckle. And we've still got a fair amount of knights left. We've got these knights who are probably in a bit of trouble. And then we've got these knights who are just working their way down the side of this flank. Now we've got some centaur here who are back up at close to full HP. So this is gonna... Oh, he got deleted. It's looking dire. Because these guys are not very close to dying. And they're not even all that afflicted up. You know, these guys are in pretty top form. Okay. But the lictors have come in. And that is going to be a little bit of the X factor here. Because in this square we've got our censor with 5 lictor bodyguards, and they are running into combat, and they just delete these guys. Look at this. Look at these guys here. Already deleted. And they are truly the X factor. They're just working their way down this line. Alright, the PD's finally had enough. Oh, he got berserked and ran back in. This guy's said, peace! Ugh. And there were so many troops at the start of that battle. Now just look at it. Now also at the back we have our archbishop. With bodyguards. If we had put the lictors into fight, we would have probably taken fewer losses, significantly fewer losses, but if we put them into fight, then he might have not had bodyguards, and he might have gotten assassinated, because also this turn we have the battle in the Fortress of Eel, which is where he was. And we've got a pretty good cohort of commanders here who are not very scared of assassins. We've got Balin, who auto-summons lictors. We've got Nardimu, who is my prophet. All hail Nardinu. And then we've got Winter, the Wraith King. And then a few Pangaean scrubs. And yeah, that's basically how that goes. So, we have now taken that. For events, okay, we got another Gaia event. Throne of Gaia event. And now here we've got 6 water gems, 1 air gem. Get some population moving around, which is a bit annoying. Interestingly, this province gets taken by earth gnomes that Pangaea had. And the situation has changed now. Whereas the war started for us on a bad foot because we attacked and got completely wiped out. Just crushed. I mean, he knew exactly what I was going to do. And he brought enough stuff to just demolish absolutely demolish a force down here. So, while we got off to a rocky start and had to go on the retreat, and we lost a fair amount of territory, as we can see from the score graphs, you can see, like, this was the start of the war with Pangaea. Not great. We've rebounded up a little bit. Hopefully we can all turn this around. You never know with Dryad Assassins, but we'll see. I don't think... this is kind of some of the calculus I was talking about earlier. I think he has spent... He can no longer... This is like one of the main risks, especially in the 2v1, is he can no longer form a death ball that can counter my death ball. So anyway, we're going to... Actually, not death ball, exactly. We're going to just branch out and take a ton of crap. This province has a ton of PD in it. So we're going to be sending in a fair amount of stuff, about 100 long dead with 5 sacreds. The sacreds will probably do most of the killing here. But the PD, if it's 40 PD, if it's 120 to guys, we should be able to kill it, I think. This might be a little risky. I think it was barbarians. Barbarians will get kind of owned by javelins. I think we'll be okay. These guys will be close behind. Anyway, this is the most risky move here. We could totally lose all these guys. I'm not sure if this is enough. I think it is. What I'm worried about most, and maybe we can kind of just fix this and then call it safe. What I'm worried about most is these guys get... these guys run in too far ahead and they get crushed. I think we're okay. I think we'll probably take like 30 losses is my guess, and we'll probably lose a couple sacreds. That's my guess, but it could go worse than that. This probably has almost nothing. We're going to be sending... I would send more of these sacreds to this fight, but the sacreds, I think they're coming from... Oh, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, I could send more. The problem if I send more is I can't get more priests there. So... like, these priests can only move 16, and it's 19 movement to get here. So, yeah. The priests can't make it, and I can only bless 6 guys total, and the 6 guys I have to bless are 1 and then 5. So what are we going to do? Anyway, we're going to send these guys here, and then this force is going to be my stronger of the forces, even though it's going to have more undead. We're going to be able to send some of the undead next turn across the river on this guy, Venom Spew. What a classic name. And then they can meet up with some of these guys here. And then we're going to have a small force, the leftovers of what won the battle here. Oh, I didn't show you the ledger for this. Look at this. 31 White Centaur die, but look how much they killed. I mean, we had a shit ton of PD, which he knew about. Like, he knew he was charging into a lot of PD. But he believed in his White Centaur bros. And, yeah, just look at this. They just murdered so much stuff. So much stuff. Oh my gosh. I lost 8 knights. I mean, but it's a good trade for me. This is basically the end of Pangaea. Because now I've killed probably like 60 White Centaur. It's turn 24. I think assuming Nazca's killed some. We're getting... I've killed at least half of the White Centaurs he probably can produce. If he's doing 6 a turn for 12 turns, that's about half of what he can produce. But it's probably more than that. I mean, because of the first few turns he wasn't producing the full 6, I guess. But I don't know. He probably lost a few in expansion. The white centaur are an endangered species now, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, we're attacking here. We're attacking these trolls, some little scrubby dudes, which should work. Trolls suck. Moving our big force down here to check his capital. I'm not sure if we go on top because I'm really going to get, like, assassinated to hell. But I will take everything else. I think I might go on top. Okay, and we're also sending Winter on a solo op down here. And I'm going to be sending, I don't think there's much here. And assuming there's not much, we're just going to have this guy with some bodyguards go attack. Actually, probably can bring this guy in too. Okay, hold an attack closest. This is probably a small little optimization that might actually swing the battle. Hold an attack closest. We'll do Unholy Blessing and Holy Power. Yeah, he'll be fine retreating, I think. We're going to have all the land provinces, so we'll just put him to retreat. Wherever he lands is fine. So we'll take this. We'll take this. And he's going to then be able to raid back here. So we'll see how that goes. But all this money is going to be quite nice for me. My income's going to go through the roof this turn. I mean, through the roof for me, percentage-wise, because we're poor as shit. We were much richer at this point in the game as Scalaria. I mean, not Scalaria, as, I mean, obviously it's Scalaria, as Lemuria. I just played a Lemuria game, so. I've got to get that pop kill itch scratched. It's been a while. Unfortunately, we've been doing a lot of Diplo to try to get people to attack Scalaria. Not to just attack, but to see who's interested in attacking Scalaria. Because this is not good. This is very not good. We could kill this army now. We could, but I don't want to. But hopefully, and it's gonna get a lot worse, a lot more, I mean, like, very quickly it's gonna get worse. So there's not a lot of things we can do except attack before they get research. So that gives us, what turn is it? 24. Let's say by turn 30 we have to attack them. So it gives me like 6 turns. Ugh. Like, not very long. Maybe turn 35. Turn 35 is like too late, guys. Like, turn 35 Scalaria is a monster. And they're going to start having a lot of research by then, too. So the problem is it's a really bad matchup for me. And I'm not going to 1v1 a really bad matchup. So ideally, we finish Pangaea. I mean, I kind of need to just go for the death blow. Like, what is the siege strength we have here? 300? That should one turn pop a Pangaean fort. I think they're like 300 siege strength for the... I think they get a bigger than a Palisades for their main fort. I think it's like 300. There's a pretty decent chance we can one turn pop it, or if not 2 turn pop it, and then have Dryad. You know, I mean, these guys are going to be strong enough to deal with Dryads. I think. Like, Ballin can... Don't know about these guys. We're getting a bunch of Soulless. I'm not sure if that's the right call here. We've got a lot of, like, battle corpses, which are going to give you the higher quality Soulless, like these guys, who are not bad. I mean, they hit pretty hard. Anyway. We've also not been lucky. I mean, one of the things that's really important when you're playing Ermor is you get lucky with your site searching Dusk Elders and find like a good indie site where you can get mages. And so our general kind of poor luck in site searching is also, I mean, you really need good indie mages as Ermor. It's kind of going to determine whether we have any kind of mid game or not. Because like right now our research is totally limited to our pretenders, which is not ideal. I think we're going to do one more round of priests, and then we'll probably go do something else with the money, like put up more forts. But I want to have a bit more defensive infrastructure. You know, like ghouls everywhere and stuff. So anyway, this will be our next fort. But I think that's about it, guys. So far we've been we had a really bad start to the war with Pangaea. We went on the defensive. He pushed the advantage, attacked, made some good progress, raided a bunch of land. But eventually I was able to outposition him, force him into a position where there were some moves that I could take advantage of. And I think we have done that. And so now we just need to go in for the kill. So we're splitting up. We're taking all of his stuff. Ideally, this is all mine in the next few turns. And then maybe we even take his cap. I've sent Nazca a message. Nazca, like I said, has been pretty non-communicative. So I don't really know how things are going on his front. And I don't exactly want to advertise how dead Pangaea is. I've told him I've won some of my conflicts, and he's not really talking to me. But I'm not going to go... If he asks, I'll tell, because we're kind of partners in this war. But I'm not going to go out of my way to share how neutered Pangaea is. Because now it's just going to be who gets all the land. The armies of Pangaea are mostly dead. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.